Hey guys, how's it going? It's Driftless Wild. It's March, and here in Wisconsin that means it's spring beaver time. So I started trapping about probably right around the 1st of March, I think. The first week I did pretty well. This past week I haven't done so well. I haven't really been able to catch anything. There was a muskrat on the road there. I've had a couple of incidental muskrats, a coon. Found a spot where I put in some otter sets. That hasn't paid off yet. I feel like that's probably just a matter of time. It's just kind of the way otter trapping is. You gotta wait them out, wait for them to come back. So we've got pretty nice weather today. It's a Sunday. Tomorrow, I don't know. They're talking rain and snow. I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have. It might mean they don't move. They're wild animals. Wild animals have a funny habit of doing whatever the hell they want. But I'm going to be pulling some sets in a spot that hasn't been doing so well, and probably moving them somewhere else. I figured I'd make a video on making some caster mount sets. My wife Faith came with me today. She's going to help me out with that. So I'm gonna get down to this creek here and pull these sets. We'll go snooping around and find some place else with a beaver sign, and you know, hopefully in the next couple of days I can get some catches on videos for you guys. So stay tuned. All right, so we found a spot where there's quite a bit of fresh beaver sign. Well, semi-fresh beaver sign. I think it was kind of from earlier this winter, but if you look behind you there, you can see all the chewing. There's flakes on the ground still. Over there, there's quite a bit of chewing. If you look along the bank here, these are old caster mounts. So there's some beaver in the area. I'd be willing to bet there's going to be some dispersers coming through here, some 2-year-olds. So I found a spot along the shoreline where it kind of makes a little natural funnel here. So we're going to drop the hook. I like to use chains because I don't like the idea of replacing cable and wire all the time. You know, these are a little more expensive and they're heavier, but it's kind of a buy once, cry once thing. So we'll get our stake in here first. The water's not real deep here, but we're targeting a front foot catch, so that should be plenty deep enough to drown them. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. So I got the hammer. The roots in here. Let's see if I can get it in right there. There we go. I'm gonna do it without smashing my hand. Keep that camera rolling if I smash my hand. That ought to be entertaining. Roots here. I wonder if I'd be better off just wiring the chain to a root. Come on. There we go. That's just bending. There it goes. Hippopotamus isn't going to be able to pull that out. that's not going anywhere. Just wired a little loop on the end of my chain. When I bought my stakes, I thought they would fit through the links in these number 2 straight chains, but I thought not. So, get a little creative. It works out good. Some debris. Got anything mucking up our set. Chain slider. Sandbag full of rocks here. Use a center block. Whatever. Just pull it out tight. Just like that. Out of the way. Right. Won't set our trap just yet until I get this ready. So I do with all my stuff. I had a bunch of leaves and stuff pulled up. I'll just get some stuff out here. Mud's better when you can get it. But as you can see, they'll make their mounds out of anything they have available. Crap on the bottom. They don't care. Build a great big mound. Maybe we'll steal a little bit from here. Probably got some old scent on it still. Big mound. Some people don't even build a mound, they just put their stick with their scent in. I think this adds a lot of eye appeal. In case you were wondering, that water is not warm. Ooh. I need to get some gloves. Alright. Got our trap here. Oneida Victor number 4. Double long spring. Okay, turn your springs towards the dog. This isn't anything new. I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to make a caster set. But if somebody clicks on this, learns something, that's pretty cool. If they click on somebody else's and learn something, that's cool too. Kind of doing this more for fun than anything else. Shift this over a little. Set that right in front of there. And let's see. There's the trap. I'm not going to get real aggressive fencing it in. You can. Beaver don't seem to mind it. That isn't going to spook them away. We won't go recommend keeping your rooting around with your hands looking for your trap in the water to a minimum. Like not that much. Get too crazy with it. You could get real aggressive with it. They don't mind, but I kind of like it to look as natural as possible. Right there. That'll kind of get them going the right way. And the last part, can't read the label anymore. We have some Lennon's Beaver all-call. I like Lennon's. One, because they're cheap, and two, because they work. He's got a lot of videos, trapping videos on here. He's a big Lennon's guy. That's kind of what turned me on to him. You make a good weasel lure. You give it a real big gob there. You know what? I gotta pull this set tomorrow because this zone is closing. So go for broke here. We'll put quite a bit on. It's kind of, you know, all night this wind's going to blow out across this channel. I bet a fair amount of money there's going to be at least one beaver swimming up this thing tonight. He's going to smell it. Okay, so we got to poking around across the road here, and we found one good spot where I feel like we could pick up a beaver here. You can see where they're hauling up through here. Pretty good. Where they're hauling up through here pretty good. Pinched by that 330 spring. I'm going to ram a 330 in right there at the mouth of it. And then we found something a lot more exciting than that, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, this is going to be the comedy segment, where I try to set this 330 with a piece of rope, because I don't own a setters. It can be done, I do it, but it sucks. I think I need to order a setters. I think this is I think it's a bridger. It was one of my dad's traps. Nope, it's another Victor. Victor was a big deal back in the day. That's a muskrat poop. Get my trigger fixed here. And these 330s are not something you play around with, because they bite, and when they bite hard. You're lucky if you don't break your arm. You're not going to take one off yourself, I can tell you that. Never had one get me, but I've always been pretty careful. Keep it that way. So, if you had a longer piece of rope, you'd wrap it around your foot, but of course that'd be ideal. And I'm all about making things as difficult as possible, so we got a nice short piece. I gotta try to pin with my heel against the slippery grass. Step on that. Press that spring. Put your safety on. Well, that wasn't so bad. I got a couple of Duke 330s I picked up the other day that got newer springs on them. They're a bastard. Okay. So, on the narrowest part in our channel here. Springs oriented. That kind of plugs that up. Looks pretty good. For safety, it's right there. Okay, now I'm going to compress this trap. Keep your thumbs out of it, or you won't have any anymore. Set that on the first notch. Just like that. Keep your knees clear of the train. Geese coming in the land. Wonderful world of wildlife out here. Nature and they can handle. Now, pull my safeties first. Take your safeties off, that's it. She's ready to go. And they make something called the safety setters. It just hooks on the top of the trap and it's like an extra fail-safe until you're done monkeying with it so that it can't get you. But of course I don't have one. I'd be getting one. So just be careful. Push the sticks down in between the springs. Open the place. So, beautiful. Okay, now we're going to take some grass. Just kind of camouflage that. Knees clear of the firing radius. You don't want it biting you on the knee. He's going to come up this channel. He's going to see that grass. He's going to dive under it. He's going to go right into that trap and he's going to get caught. And he's going to be a dead beaver. That's nice. Don't let her. Drives me nuts. And I don't have the wire on me right now, it's up by the truck, but before I leave, I'm going to wire the trap off to this big log, something that they can't drag away easily. You want to wire your 330 off. I do not care if it's a killing trap. Beaver and otter are strong critters. They will drag your trap away before they die. And it'll be out in the channel and you'll never get it back. You'll feel like a piece of shit. And then we'll come over to this other set. I've got a foothold here. Because what was that? I think that was down further. Faith, with her incredible eye for time, puts me to shame. On this crossover, found a big pile of otter shit. See all the, if you zoom in on it or get closer to it, you can see all the fish scales in it. There's some newer stuff here. And there's a bunch of old stuff right here, so that tells you that they're using this quite a bit. And then you can see the wet grass. I mean, this grass is still wet where they're hauling out here, so they must be coming through here fairly often. Looks like they're going out in the marsh there. We're gonna put a foothold right on this little ledge here under the water where they're hauling out. I kind of wish I had some Lennon's otter lure to make that too, but this will work pretty well as a blind set too, I think. This beaver will be coming out here. Unfortunately, I only have so many traps on me at the moment. I had to bank on one and bank on that. Trap here. This time I got a cinder block. I guess I like carrying cinder blocks around. I really got that beat out. You can see the otter tracks. Pretty neat. This year they went to a quota system for otter in Wisconsin. Now everybody just gets 2 tags instead of having to draw one. I think in the last how many years what was happening was that there were more applicants for tags. Or no, excuse me, I had that backwards. There was more tags than there were applicants for them. So I think it's kind of a combination of our otter are doing really well, and there just aren't as many people trapping anymore, which is sad. Kind of a dying way of life. It doesn't have to be, but it kind of is. I gotta find a spot here. This bank should be soft enough somewhere here. Right here maybe? Kind of want it. I should run the hammer. It's not quite. The water bugs are out. It must be spring. You want your steak to be pretty solid because otter are very strong critters. I just gotta find a spot where I can rock there. Find a spot where I can drive it in. It's not mucking up the set. Right there. And some mud. There we go. Get this crap out of here. And there's no question where they're hauling out here. Number 4 Victor makes a really good otter trap too. So, get our drowner. And this drops off pretty fast here. So, do this without going in. Chain nice and tight. That's pretty good. There's my slide. Slide's right there. Ah, that water's cold. Alright. Victor here. Ooh. I probably didn't hurt the cable bank in a little bit. I'm gonna hold down my stake a little more. Get that up to the top, slide. And I gotta build that up a little bit. That's not quite deep enough for a trap bed. Or too deep, I should say. Get some mud here. Build it up. I need them to put their foot right on there. And I think they will. I think they're going to put their back foot right on there. Building it up. That's pretty good, I think. Trap. Springs towards the dog. Always work underneath the jaw. Set that. I'm gonna set it real light. That's pretty good. Set that pan fairly light. Put that right there. Get the debris out of the way here. Grab it there. Looks pretty good. I can smell that otter. Scat here. Fishy. Okay. That's about all the traps I had free today. We were gonna go some more places, but as luck would have it, we found quite a bit of good stuff here. That was a good find on Faith's part, finding that otter toilet. Wish I found this a week ago. Had to slick it up some. Looked like something's been getting around here. That's about it. Oh, look at that. Left me another bottle. Pigs. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll have some catches.
Okay.